Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Molly and this is a completely unexpected video. I have had the weirdest couple of weeks in a long time. Now, if you're wondering what the hell I'm talking about, if you've seen the thumbnail or the title of the video, you'll probably have an idea. I might still be looking rough. I do still feel rough, so I do apologise. But I wanted to just get this out while it was fresh in my mind. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, I got a quite severe burn injury from nail glue. I wanted to go through what happened, how you can avoid it, talk about my experience, and I've got some footage as well from throughout that I filmed, bits from in hospital, bits from before hospital. I've actually had to have an operation because of this injury, which is just blowing my mind. I was really ill. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start from the beginning and just give an overview. I do my own nails. I've never had any issue. I've used this glue for a while. I got a pack of about 6. It's just your bog standard nail glue, and that is really important for what I'm going to talk about later. I was doing my nails as I normally did. It was quite a big bottle of nail glue that I had. It wasn't your standard normal thin tube, and I had popped the cap because it had got blocked and stuck it on the side for a minute while I just grabbed what I was trying to get, and I knocked the nail glue off the side. Now I'm going to show some pictures on screen of what my foot looked like initially, and then I'm going to play a clip for you that I had filmed I think a day or two after the injury, so I'll put that in. So this is not going to be the best quality because I'm just filming on my phone. I'm waiting for a friend to come and pick me up. I am waiting to see the burns and plastics specialist in the hospital near me that deals with burns or specialises in burns, because I had an incident with nail glue. Now I am making this video, or I'm going to be making this video, because I want to raise awareness of how common and also how dangerous nail glue incidents are. All I was doing was doing my nails like I always do. As you guys know, I do my own acrylics, so I use the nail glue to put the tips on. Doing it as I always do. Had the big bottle, took that off, put it down on the side for a second because I got distracted, and tipped it. Now I was sat with my legs crossed like this, and it fell off the side. All of it fell onto my foot. Now, I would have thought the worst thing that could have happened was that I'd ruined my socks and the sock might have got stuck to my foot. The minute the nail glue hit my foot, I felt the most intense burn that I have ever felt. Bear in mind, I scalded my face last year. This was on another level of pain. But while that was happening, there was also sizzling and actual white smoke coming off the sock and my foot. I panicked. Because I panicked, I didn't manage to get the sock off quick enough, which meant that it was on my foot a lot longer than it should have been, and pulling it off then became difficult because of the glue, because the sock was basically incinerated by the nail glue. And now I've later learned the reason that this has happened is because there's a chemical in nail glue that reacts with cotton. I wasn't aware of this. I've, after the fact, spoken to a friend who also had the same thing happen to her, and she ended up needing a skin graft. I am hoping I don't need a skin graft. I've been looking into this and I've seen stories of it happening to babies, to other girls, to other people. And that's why I'm making this video, to raise awareness and for you to be able to follow my journey along with this mess that's happened, because I've been using nail glue and doing my nails for years, and the fact that I didn't know about it and it's so common, I can only imagine lots of people I've spoke to said that they don't even know about it. So at the minute, I'm going to try and I'll insert clips from different stages of what's happening, but at the minute, so yesterday I went to the walk-in. I'd actually spoken to my doctor first. I sent a referral to the doctor with some photos. It did happen on Tuesday night and it was getting progressively worse. I did get a little bit shouted at in the walk-in because they said I should have come a lot sooner, because I didn't realise that chemical burns continue to burn up to 72 hours after the incident, which means that it effectively was continuing to burn while I did nothing except clean and put it under water. So it's got significantly worse. It was swelling. Parts of it have gone numb. It's grim. I went to the walk-in. They have bandaged it up and cleaned it. The woman was trying to be really gentle, and I said, I can't feel anything. You can do it as rough as you like because I can't feel it, which she did. And I couldn't feel it. It was a weird sensation. But she wrapped it up, so it is now just in a bandage. And then I have got my appointment at 3:30 today in the burn clinic and plastics to see what they say, and I will give you an update after. So I went to the appointment the next day. Again, the pain was getting worse. I was more and more uncomfortable, and I went into the appointment. They had initially talked about keeping me in on IV antibiotics, which I was surprised. I was, how is this happening? How is this so serious just from a nail glue injury? So they decided that they didn't need to, I said, they asked me how I'd feel, and I said I'd rather be at home if I could. So they said they'd give me oral antibiotics. They said I had to come back on the Sunday to have it checked, and that if I felt worse or I felt unwell, to give them a call. So I said okay, went home, but then I began to feel sick. I put it down initially to the antibiotics that I was taking because they can be a bit funny on your stomach. I was tired, the pain around my foot was getting worse, but the swelling, I think I've got some pictures of how bad the swelling was getting. It was ridiculously swollen. So I went to the appointment, and basically when I got there I explained it's hurting, I think it's more swollen, and I don't feel very well. So they did my obs and I had a temperature. I started to feel worse, I'd been sick. So they then admitted me to hospital, to the burns unit. So I was admitted to hospital and I was put straight on IV antibiotics. I was on really strong painkillers, and I was waiting until a consultant the next day on the Monday could see my injury. When he came, he explained that it was infected, that it was a 3rd degree full thickness chemical burn, and that the white part, the reason I couldn't feel anything there is because it was full thickness. It had basically destroyed the nerve endings in the skin. That's how far or how deep it had gone, and that it was a serious burn and it was extremely deep. And he said that it might be a skin graft that we need to look at, but we needed to try and clear the infection from my body. Now, I ended up being in hospital for almost a week on IV antibiotics. I did end up having to have the skin graft. I think I've got a clip from in the hospital that I'll play for you now. Hey. So I'm currently in hospital. I've been here since yesterday. I was admitted due to high temperature, infection, and just generally feeling unwell, and the wound and my foot had swollen about 3 times the size. I am on IV antibiotics and constant wound dressing. I have got hopefully a skin graft, well, I say hopefully because I just want this to be over, a skin graft tomorrow. If not, it's going to be Thursday. It'll be under general anaesthetic, and I think they're going to take some skin from my leg to the wound, which is still infected. So it'll be first thing in the morning, hopefully. So I will give you an update when I am out of theatre, and if not, if it's Thursday, then I'll try and keep you guys updated. But that is what's happening so far, and I still can't believe that all this has happened over just a little bit of, well, I said a little bit, a lot, but of nail glue. So yeah, that's, and ignore this, but yeah, that's everything for now. Yeah, you will see I'm looking rather rough on that video. I did end up having the skin graft. I had the skin graft on the Wednesday, I believe, or the Tuesday. So I was in hospital, got into hospital on a Sunday. I think it was 2 days after I was in hospital, they done the skin graft, and then I needed to stay in for at least 48 hours after the skin graft, because that would be the point in which the consultant would be able to take the bandages off and see how the skin graft had gone. They took the skin graft from my left thigh. Is that right? Yeah, so my left thigh, which I'll leave a picture or video here, and used the skin that they took to then graft the injury on my foot. The reason they do the skin graft is because it's meant to heal significantly quicker. You'll be in pain for a less amount of time, you'll be healing for a less amount of time, less dressings, less chance of infection or further infection, which is why we went with the skin graft. Now, when they did take the graft, I think the consultant spoke to me and said when they were doing the graft, they'd swabbed and seen that the infection had grown, or new infection had grown, so they wanted to change my antibiotics because they weren't working. Basically, they did the graft, and then 48 hours later they removed my bandage. So they'd basically put a bandage on that was like, it was a chunk, and they couldn't take that off before 48 hours after the graft, so they then took it off so they could see it. The surgeon wasn't happy about the middle area because he said that that part of the graft seemed to have failed or lifted, but he was happy with all of the areas around it, and he is hopeful that because all the areas around the injury seem to have worked and will be successful, that it will help. It's just that there's a small area about this big that will take longer to heal and may scar worse. I have to go for a checkup tomorrow, and then I've got another one on Wednesday, and then I'll have checkups then on until they are ready to stop needing it to be dressed, and I will then have this special compression sock to try to help with scarring. I'm still on antibiotics. I have not had any kind of appetite. I've been just really tired, not feeling the best, and still in disbelief that all of this has happened because of nail glue. But this is something I just feel nobody's really aware of it. I can understand that there's a flammable sign on the nail glue, but surely there needs to be something that says keep away from cotton when such an adverse reaction happens. I want to raise as much awareness about it as I can. Yes, I'll do a more detailed video about my stay in hospital. I'll also do one about the skin graft in general from start to finish and aftercare once I have recovered a bit more, because I know that these are things that I was looking at when I was going through it. But I just wanted to get this video up as soon as I could because I need people to understand the dangers of nail glue. It was just standard nail glue. It can be any nail glue. It will react with cotton. If you've got any questions, please let me know down below. And if you've experienced any kinds of injury like this, or you know somebody who has, please, again, let us know in the comments down below. Let's get a discussion going. Please share this with friends and family so that we can try and get this out there, so that there's less of a danger, people understand, and can make sure that they avoid this happening to them. But for now, that is everything. So please do like and subscribe. I would love for you to join the channel, and wherever that you are, I hope you have a lovely morning, day or night, and I'll see you again next time. Bye.